Hey, hey, hey. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think the sound works. And I think I'm gonna check my Ableton audio quickly. It seems that the sound is working. If anything is not working, please let me know in the chat. All right. Hello, anyone who is listening or seeing. I hope you're doing good, especially in these troubled times, we will say. Feels a bit weird to do that, and at the same time, it's also like it's part of what I do. It's part of my job. So, like, I hope it will like give you a little something to think about, or like distract your thoughts for an evening. So last time I was doing sound design from sounds that I have received from part of my community. So I asked people to send me some sound recordings that they did, and I received a couple of nice sounds. So I'm just gonna basically elaborate on that and do the same, like creating other sounds from I don't know, an audio source. Can be like a field recording or a piece of dialogue that someone recorded. I'm gonna try to do less talking this time and maybe more sound. And of course, if you have anything to ask or anything that you would like to see, or maybe something that I need to explain better, please feel free to let me know in the chat. I want to do this in an interactive way. So, yeah. I don't know. Let's maybe just. Maybe I will do like a fresh session. Yeah. It's my Ableton folders. Everything like half organized. But nowadays I have this folder called work stuff, where I put everything that is related to work or like something that I am showing to people. So this session will go in that folder. Because there was one little loop I was doing before the stream that I liked. I'm just gonna make sure that yeah, I was just making sure that the audio comes from my mic and not my laptop mic. All right. Yeah, maybe we just like grab any sound. I was thinking I could start by making a kick out of that fridge sound I received from Pierre Lampion, I believe. That was like a nice tone. Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna just put that aside because I like it. This one too. This one also is cool. So we have these three. I like this one. It's almost a bit freaky. Yeah, this one is nice too. It's like, yeah, it feels almost human. I don't know, almost disturbing. This is super cool. I'm gonna keep that aside as well. Wow, cool. Thinking that could be the starting point for the kick. So we're gonna delete everything else except the stuff that I saved. I like to do that with longer sounds so that I don't have too much to choose from, and I do the selection beforehand, so I know that the material I'm starting with is more interesting. This is cool also. Oh, this could be a good starting point for a kick as well. Maybe we'll start from this, and this be like a snare. I have my window open. I hope like you can't hear like the traffic noise, but it's so hot in there that I had to keep the window open. Right. Yeah, this is really cool. We're gonna start from this to make the kick. Put the dry sounds in the first track so that we can go back and listen to the raw sounds. It's already not so bad. I'm gonna check the spectrum. I have like this fundamental frequency around 65, which is good. This part may be a bit aggressive. And we need to add the punch as well. So I don't know, I'm just gonna try a transient shaper first. Like this one is free. You can get it on the Kilohertz website. I really recommend it, and I've used it a lot in the last stream. Yeah. That adds like a little smack. And I bounce it just so I saw the resulting waveform. I check the spectrum again. There is this resonance I don't want to keep at the end. Maybe using a low pass filter. Yeah, now it's gonna be the body of the kick. I'm gonna try the envelope follower. Yeah. Yeah, that makes for a good body of the kick, I would say. Just gonna redo the transient shaper thing after. Oh, but it's clipping. It's clipping, but if I filter this again afterwards, yeah, I still have the punchy body. Like without and with. Yeah, makes it more like bigger. I don't know. This could be like the body. Let's name things to be organized. I like to use the same sound. Like only one source. It's just like makes it more fun. It's like, how can I turn this thing into like an interesting transient for the kick? Remove the low end, of course. Try the transient shaper again. I mean, I think yeah. I could use like the drum bus that has like a transient setting that is supposed to add punch, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan because I feel like it doesn't add that really like punchy smack to the sound. Whereas the transient shaper from Kilohertz, I don't know, it sounds clean. And especially it's not doing a lot of things. Maybe erosion. Like I like what it adds, but it creates low frequency that I don't want. So I'm gonna cut that again. And also the envelope is not sharp enough for me, because I think erosion, it follows the amplitude of the sound, so maybe we add another transient shaper after. No. No. Doesn't work. Because I was putting it before the high pass, I believe. Yes. Yeah, so now if we bounce that, we're gonna have very sharp transient. I mean, we're gonna make it sharper even. Maybe we keep only that part. Or like make it like that. I'm gonna close the door of my kitchen because it's annoying and it's making noise. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Fixed. I fixed the bug. And the bug was my bedroom door was like slapping with the wind. I could have sampled it, but no, I'm already online. So like this is the transient I got from this sound. Made it into that by basically like hard shaping it using transient shaper and adding erosion. This is like the body or the low end. Then together they are doing that. I mean, it's not too bad, but I think the click maybe is a bit loud. And we don't have like any like thump at around 200. Like there is a big gap. I'm gonna see if I can create something that's gonna fill that gap in the spectrum. Otherwise the kick is gonna be like, I don't know, a bit soft. What if I just pitch that? Yeah, but the low pass is super closed. That could be a start. I don't know. I'm not sure about what I'm doing. Which is like the case often when you do sound design. I still think the tail of the transient is too loud, so I'm gonna separate them into different tracks. And this maybe it's too long as well. Bonsoir, Parachol. Hello, welcome to the stream. Making a kick out of a fridge door. Trying to make it sound, but I'm only using one sound as the source. So right now I'm struggling to add a thump. It's not too bad. Oops. lost the focus. Maybe I can make it even shorter. Yeah, it's starting to sound like a kick. We have 4 layers. Feel like I could start resampling that. Yeah, it has like a nice look, the weird waveform at the beginning. But I'm not trying to make the best kick ever. I'm just trying to make something that is decent enough so that I add a few other sounds on top of that, and it's fun to hear. So that I don't like do pure sound design on you, and because pure sound design sometimes it's a bit abstract, not that fun to watch. You don't have a musical context. All right, let's check the spectrum of that. It's not too bad. Should we transient shape that again? Yeah. Maybe I could increase the duration of the sub. Because when you do EQ, also like you're affecting the phase, and when you do like aggressive EQ like that, what happens is that it can make some frequencies resonate for some time. So it's actually a way to, if your kick is too short, you can like, it doesn't feel even natural, but if you do big peaks of EQ in the low end, it's gonna increase. It basically makes it ring at a specific frequency, especially if you increase the scale here. So yeah, I went from this to this. It's cool, but we lost a bit of the transient part. So maybe I'm doing that in parallel. And this will be low, and then we create another chain. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna clip that, maybe with hard clip. No. No, I prefer the limited version. Okay, let's check the spectrum. Yeah, now the low end is a bit too loud. Maybe this way. All right, let's resample that and use that as the kick. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Right, you can see it on the waveform as well. Like the former sample, it used to last only for that duration, and the EQ that I did, it actually like it increased the length of the low end. Yes, this is the kick. The kick. Yeah, I'm gonna export that because I plan to share those sounds afterwards. I haven't decided on the way I'm gonna do it, but I have a folder. So this is like kick fridge. Okay. Should we try to make a snare? Should we try to do something else? Yeah, let's make a little snare quickly. Not, yeah, just so that I have something. So we use this part. Yeah, it's always, yeah, I think only a little processing and then we would be good to go. Because there is already like the transient and then the noise. I don't want the low frequency. Like it's like it's a tone. It's already almost sounds like a snare, maybe an acoustic snare even. I'm gonna try to automate that so that the tone is loud at the beginning and then it dies out. Because I like that, but I feel like it's a bit too muddy. So I'm gonna add an automation here, maybe just sharp like that. Let's try. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe hold it a little. There is a dog outside. Yeah, it's not too bad. Right. Up. Maybe transient shaper. I'm not a fan. What about an automation like that? That's gonna like make the high end come afterward. Yeah, that's nice. And then we're gonna drop the volume, like do maybe like a manual ADS, or I know I could use the sampler for this, but I'm just too used to see what I do. Maybe it's long. It's long. It's too long. Maybe this kind of automation. Yes. So like we increase the highs for like only 36 milliseconds. Hello, XTR 8080X. Sup, I'm good. Doing like a snare sound out of fridge sound. It's like, where's the, this is the source. And right now we have this, say like before and after. Ah, actually, like the snare could be seen as like a Kraftwerk snare. Like I'm basically doing like a Neurofunk DNB snare, which I'm not a fan of this kind of snare actually. I grew a bit tired of the snare, but it's still fun to make, still fun to create. I'm probably gonna pitch that at a different pitch. Yeah, I'm gonna resample that. Yes. Took. yeah, I went a bit crazy on the saturation, but it is what it is. Just yeah, very tedious manual work. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna try and do a lazy stereo information for that. Yeah, like Kraftwerk, like the impact they had. Like I don't know if you know the track from Africa Bambata, where they sampled one of Kraftwerk songs. It's Planet Rock. Planet Rock, yeah, I believe. And they use a Kraftwerk sample, and I used to be a lot into that track, and I didn't know it was a Kraftwerk sample. But yeah, for me, like the way I see that is that they had a Planet Rock, yeah. They had a really, really important impact on everything that was going to be like techno or I mean, yeah, still a lot of popular music that came after. But they are often considered as like pioneers or like people that started electronic music, which is not entirely true because you had a lot of experimental composer, but more for like from the like, academical world. Stuff like Pierre Schaeffer, Pierre Henry. I mean, obviously, I'm name dropping French people because I'm French, but like, yeah, you have electronic music from the 50s and 60s that is super experimental and very forward thinking. But Kraftwerk, I think they made it sound like approachable and intelligible, like not too intellectual, which is also good. I'm just trying to make the snare a bit stereo. Maybe I'm gonna try to do some MS processing. Ah no, I want to edit the side. Limit. Maybe all I did was bad. Yeah, I fucked it up. Maybe grain delay. Some spray. This is gonna be high pass. Time at minimum. Yeah. Yeah, it's something. I don't want to spend all night on this. Now I have my snare. I'm gonna bounce that. Snare. But I have to check Kraftwerk again because I know they had like several phases where they used to use a lot of synthesizers, and then I think they went to use more sampled instruments. And I'm really not a specialist of their discography. Who is the pioneer of EDM? Honestly, I don't know, man. I would have to check the history again. But the thing is that you could consider Kraftwerk as like a proto techno, proto house, but also have like the actual like dance ability. I think it came from like electro funk, so like Strike like Planet Rock, and I think that's at least in America and the world that we are used to hear about. I think it's stuff like the early, very early hip hop when it was still like a blend of electro and hip hop. Because after that, I think all the Detroit stuff came. But yeah, I'm not a specialist of that, so I don't want to say mistakes. Yeah, this is yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna write a quick pattern before I move on to making other sounds. I just wanted to have something to start so that we don't hear like a raw audio. So let's write a pattern. Maybe it's 140 because I'm in a 140 phase. The kick is very low. Yes, it's right. I don't want to go back to sound design on the kick. I want to make something else. I don't hear it. Did I export? Yes, I exported like just pure silence. Yes. Let's re-export that. Same name. Yes, I want to replace. Why is it silent? Why is it silent? Why is it silent? It has sound when I play in Ableton. I'm selecting the right moment. Maybe I didn't have the selection. I don't know why the fuck is it silent. Let's try with the more manual way. Okay, I'm just gonna show in Finder. I'm gonna tweak that and put it in the folder I was trying to export in. This I don't want anymore, and this I'm gonna rename it. Now I can drag the snare. Okay. It's not a crash. I just hit Command H. Command H which hides Ableton, and I do that all the time. No, like. Yeah, let's go for like a super high-pitched snare. So it's gonna be the loop I'm working on, so that you have some reference. Like when I do crazy audio stuff, you know the purpose of all of this. Stream the, just saving the session. I don't want the temporary audio. All right, so let's take another sound. Now that we have the fridge taken care of, maybe we take those ones from the fridge as well, because there was this funny or even I don't know, not suitable for work, I would say. I don't know. It feels wrong. Feels too freaky for me right now. Yeah, this is less weird. So let's see if I can remove some of the notes of the fridge, because I want to. The thing is that it's clashing because it's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's better. Up, and then if can I maybe boost that in post? Yeah, this is the part I'm interested in. What if I slam it in the limiter after? It's not too bad. Yeah, I like that. Maybe I resample it, or I use the rolling sampler plugin. It's maybe I went a bit too far in the limiter. Up. 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 Let's just what? No. I lost my kick because I renamed the snare kick, and now Ableton has taken the snare as the kick. Yeah. This is the kick. Here. No, that's not what I want to do. Show in Finder. Here. Yeah. Like kick, actual fridge. Yeah. And they are even tuned to each other, because it's the same sample from the same fridge, and I haven't touched the pitch, so they are tuned together. Almost tuned. Yeah. Yeah, let's do maybe that. Okay. I don't like. It's still like a bit too noisy for my taste. Maybe I'm just gonna take that vintage. Yeah. This is better. And what if I saturate that after? too long. Maybe OTT after that. Yeah. Okay. Now, maybe I'm trying to make a bass now. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Doo-doo-doo. Mm-mm-mm. If I want to make this into bass, I need to cut the lows first. Maybe I'm gonna boost the fundamental frequency. I drive that. It's not too bad. Yeah, so it's the right level. Some sidechain compression from Kick Actual Fridge. Maybe we will have the pitch rise at the end. Add more cuts. The kick. Right. Let's see. Right. It's an okay loop to start with. I'm gonna try to make some percussion maybe. Have this plain recording. It's from like it's from JB who recorded that in Montreal recently. It is this. I think it was a day where the planes they are allowed to do like a little parade and fly close to the city. So he went and recorded some of those planes. And he got that recording, which is pretty cool, I think. We could use that and even keep the movement that is in the sound. I'm just gonna make it so that like the transients that like sync to the tempo, so that it feels like the plane is like synchronized to the tempo, but I'm just like faking it. I'm forcing it manually, basically. So So if we have the metronome, like like this. Yeah, it's cool. It's already cool. Maybe we add some movement, some timbre movement. I haven't tried the vowel filter that they added in 12.2. What are the two devices I have got on my audio tracks by default? Three actually. It's one EQ8 that I've configured in a way that makes sense to me, so that I can enable this, and it's gonna add the high pass filter at 120, which is a good starting point for me. The low pass filter, I've set it that way as well. Second one is these are like two utilities into audio effect rack, and I've configured the minimum and maximum in a different way. So the first one is actually utility. Like this is a macro actually. Like if I would add like this, you would see this is just like the first macro, but you can remove macro knobs and only have one in focus, and it makes that big knob that I like because it's easy to grab and it's easy to see. So the first one is going from silence to -0, and I use that as like my main fade in, fade out volume, or also to recreate like an ADSR. And it's just very comfortable for me because I know I can't go above 0 dB, which is going to be like the nominal level of my sound. So it's never gonna add volume. It only can remove, so I can like fade it in and out elements. And the second one is the same thing, but except I've put a different range. So it goes from -12 to +12. And I use that for automating the volume, like to add movement. So if I need a sound to be slightly louder in a specific time of my track, I can like follow the volume in that way. And that way, like the automation range is still like sensible. Like it's not a huge range, because when you use the utility, if you automate the gain first, it's a small knob, and I don't like those small knobs. And you have a range that is crazy because it goes from silence to 35 dB of gain, which is super dangerous if you like by accident you put the automation to the maximum. And also it's hard to have precision on the lower levels, because if you do like just a little line, you're already at like a -10. And I have restrained the ranges in positive and negative in the map editor, so that now I have like it's very comfortable range to work with. just and I have that by default, and you can right click a track, and then if you choose save as default audio track, it will take anything that you have on this track, and it will add this to any audio track that you create. It's very comfortable, nice workflow trick. I like, but it sounds too a 4-month filter for me. Maybe if I change the settings. Yeah, maybe I am gonna set a different phase for the LFO left and right, so that it will add. What if I saturate this? Whoa. Maybe I'm gonna automate that. And then after, we're gonna make some fucked up sounds, because this is still very let's make some weird feeling noises. This is a water sample, I think, with some voice in it. Right, I'm gonna make the timing weird by having a delay, like an automated fade. I found the Max for Live device I used to use a lot when I was starting sound design. It's called Device Randomizer. I think they had a couple of different versions of it. This one is an old version. I don't remember where I got it from. I think it's from like it's from the Max for Live Essentials pack, which was released in 2021. I mean, it was updated in 2021. I think it was released just way before that, but you have to check in the Max for Live Essentials, and it's in the control devices. And it takes, basically, it's pretty dumb and it's pretty nice at the same time. It takes the first parameters that are like declared by the device, and then it randomizes it. And on audio effect tracks, we have a RAID. It's my first RAID. Hello, everyone. RAID. Yeah, I was gonna randomize the delay. Yeah, so I'm gonna add those. Hey guys, nice to have you here. We are doing weird sound design. I'm gonna randomize everything basically. I randomize that. Yeah. So basically, it takes the all the parameters that are numbered from 1 to, I don't know, 16, I think, and it randomizes it, and you can set the range, the rate, like if it's smooth or not. I like when it's not smooth. Maybe just tiny OTT after that. Yeah. Ping pong, maybe? Yes. Yes. I'm gonna do some filtering after that, I think. Pen pass. Let's do the same, right? Also making that into a audio effect rack. Maybe map anything, any parameter that makes sounds from a sound perspective. I hope Ableton's not gonna break, because I'm gonna ask Ableton to randomize a lot of stuff. Device randomizer here. Kyo. Yes. We're starting to get somewhere. Let's slam that in the limiter. So right now it's like it's automating and randomizing a lot of stuff, including the filter type, the LFO. Let's also randomize the LFO wave and LFO parameter. So I could go like pretty fast like that. Yeah. We are reaching ear candy territory. What if we had the vocoder? Yes. Starting to get tasty. And we're gonna randomize that as well. Wow. Like this one is pretty angry. Maybe some OTT here. Yeah. Can we saturate that? Yeah. I'm gonna randomize that. Device randomizer. My computer is starting to get super hot. Yeah. Gonna change the buffer size because the computer is not happy. All right. Yeah, it's nice, but I want to maybe add some other effects before. Makes it a bit more liquid. Alright, my computer is complaining. We're gonna resample that. I think it uses a lot of CPU because it's like basically it's the same as automating a parameter very fast. And it's doing, yeah, it's doing that to a lot of different stuff. Yeah. Right, and then resample a version that doesn't have the vocoder because it's a nice sound, but it sounds very Ableton vocoder-ish. Ah, nice. I like that. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Yeah, some really nice beats here. Let's keep going for a little while longer. Changing the stuff by hand to help on the randomization. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. Yes. Yeah. It keeps on going. Because I think the delay at the first of the start of the chain, like it goes for, I think up to 3 seconds or 10 seconds maybe. So like whatever was in the buffer, like it's basically travels back and forward in time. So we have all this stuff. I'm gonna delete the track. No, maybe I'm gonna save all of it as an effect chain because I don't do that enough. And maybe ASMR stream randomizer. And I have a folder that I named Good Tools. And I have a couple of audio effect tracks like this one. Now we have all these little sounds that we can pick from. It's too wide, I think. Just reducing the width. I like this. This one is super nice. It sounds like a hi-hat. Like this, yeah, this part's super nice as well. No. Yeah, this one and this one also. Yeah, here I heard something nice as well. This. I mean, a lot of those parts are nice and usable. Wow, this was cool as well. This. Nice. Nice. This I like as well. All right. So I've done a pre-selection of the things I wanted to use. All right, let's take that as well. Up. Yeah, maybe we'll try to add some of those sounds. So I like to do a blank audio track that I don't that I mute, and I use that as a kind of temporary storage, so that I have at my disposal the audio that I like, and I can easily pick some bits from that without having to export them as separate sounds or find them like a long time after my track in the session. When so this is the vocal part. Yeah, so that way I mute those and I have another track where I actually hear the sound from, and I can just drag drop the stuff that I've picked. So it's cool, but I think the plane and those little sound design stuff is gonna do a lot. Maybe it's too much. So yeah, I start from I select some bits that I like, I drag them into the arrangement, and then I hear if they are synced or not. I take that as a proposition, so it's semi-random. Like for example, here I like the first part of the groove, like this. It makes for a really really good call of the snare. I'm not a fan of the rests. I feel like it's too offbeat for me, so I'm trying to. Let's just try to sync it by hand. Yeah. I'm gonna repeat the last part. Okay. Whoa. This. And this maybe a bit later. And increase the gain so that we hear it. Yeah. So duplicate that. I don't want the beginning each time. So we have like it's like kind of response to like the barking dog sound. And maybe the fourth time we take another part. Which one did we take? Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Just gonna improvise. This it helps the snare. I like. This is maybe a little too much, and I don't like the beginning. So if we keep only that. It's cool. We can take another part. It was the really nice fast one. I could use that. I could take that one instead. like it could go really well with the snare. Yeah, I'm just gonna dump that and align it manually with the snare visually, because I know the snare is here. So I just took the transient visually and I put it, and we're gonna see if that part feels nice or not. It's not purely on the grid. It's just like let's say I'm taking the groove that was originally in the weird random generated audio, but I'm putting it, and let's just see if it sounds nice. With the rest is better. Yes. Yes. It's like yes. And we send it to the reverb maybe. Yes. So you see, those were like just random bits of audio that I've generated. Like this. And I just put them on the grid and I see what happens. And oftentimes I get really, really nice happy accidents like those. Maybe we can see if we can find others. So like same idea. I know my snare is here, so I don't know. I'm just like gonna align the transients manually. No. It's nice. Maybe we pitch that. I don't want the dog barking. Maybe we can say it's another part of the song. And we take another one. I don't know. Like I like that as well. Pitch, different pitch. Yeah, I've tuned it to the bass and the snare. Actually, I don't like this sound, so I'm gonna pick another one from those. Could be a good layer for the snare. Yeah. No. Yeah. And we still need a short sound for this part. Yeah. I could consolidate that, but I'm not gonna. Yeah. Let's consolidate. Up. I'm gonna repeat that idea of snare layer because I like. No. Doggo, get out. Right, pitch it upward. Ah. And here I'm gonna make some fucked up glitches. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna manually quantize those. This would go here, and I want to keep the timing of everything before that, so like that. Okay, maybe something on the beat here, like hi-hat. We had something that resembled a hi-hat. Where is it? Yes, here. So this, I can use it as a hi-hat. I would use MIDI. Here. Let's crop sample so that I don't have a gigantic waveform and I don't want the warp. Maybe every 2 notes. Shh. Please. Tac, tac, tac. We had a second one of beats that time with different pitch, maybe. Increasing reverb. Let's do that. I don't like that. Maybe different pitch. Yeah, and that way is tuned to the track. It's a 5th. It's too much glitches. Maybe some delay on the hats to make it so that it sounds like I programmed something more elaborate. Mixing the sub too loud. Like often. I like that. Can we make something maybe like a melodic to go with that? Is my sub in tune? No, it's 20 cents too high. So we're gonna retune the sample. Yes, now it's in G. No. Okay. Something melodic. Let's see what we have. There was this recording of. It's Fireworks. It's super nice. It's not what I'm looking for, but we could do a percussion loop out of that. I think it's Fireworks. Yeah. And here in the sample, he's saying c'est le bouquet final, which means like it's the final part of the fireworks. What I like to do with that kind of stuff is make sure I have no marker. I have only one warp marker. Then I put in the grid in a 1/16 mode, which is gonna have an impact because next I'm like selecting all the sample by doing Command A. Then I go to quantize settings and make sure the quantize is set to grid, and then I apply. So what it does is that every transient that was like detected by live is now perfectly on the grid. It may not be very like evident when I play. I mean, I can hear it like, but I like to use beats after that with the one-shot mode, and then decrease this thing a little bit. It's gonna like create basically the decaying envelopes after each transient in yellow here. And this controls like the decay of those transients. And you can use different pitches as well. So now everything is on the grid. And it makes for like, it's like previously I just put it on the grid and make it play and I hear what it does. That part is cool. I like how it's like it's a bit techno-ish, I would say. Maybe we add a variation at the end. Like it's nice. change the pitch so that it's tuned to the track. I can't decide which pitch I like, because I like the version that is higher as well. Or maybe it could be a variation. So the first cycle is with the pitch down, and the second one is the pitch up. The variation arrives too early. Yeah, I want this. I try to make it wub. Better bass now. With the increasing pitch at the end. Yes, now we can make maybe a break and try to do something melodic like I was one. Wow, that's pretty wild. It's like a train, I think. Yeah, we could make that into a huge melodic pad. By taking a resonator, maybe have the scale awareness mode. So it takes the scale that I've selected at the top of the screen, and then I think it quantizes the possible intervals of the resonator to that scale. Of course, let's reverb that thing. Bigger spaces. I'm not a fan of hybrid reverb, I don't know. It was in J, I think. J. And we hear it again here. I could mute something here. I don't know what's this. Yeah. And I want to make some variations of this. I'm gonna duplicate the track. I'm gonna have it at a different place of the session. And I'm gonna actually like automate that or just randomize that with the device randomizer because I'm lazy tonight. I'm often lazy when it comes to sound design, and I often try to find techniques that give the most results from the less effort, because I prefer to spend a lot of time of trying, like finding those techniques instead of playing them. Like my English is getting rusty because I'm tired. I think I'm gonna stop streaming soon, but we are gonna make a beautiful pad before that to ease up the sleep time. I love that kind of sounds. Maybe sooth. Yes, you arrive at a moment where my English is struggling. I mean, j'ai juste de l'énergie pour faire du son. I only have energy to make sound and not explain what I do. Like basically I have this resonator when I'm randomizing like the intervals it plays. It's synced to the scale because I have this little button here that's enabled. Nice. We're gonna put octave below, octave below, octave below. Maybe twice at the octave below, and then another time at the octave above. Yes. Right, and then I say we just should we resample all of that, yeah, that's what I would do usually. I'm gonna use bounce track in place, which is gonna take, no, wait. I'm gonna save this as a preset because I don't do that enough. I am just putting the device randomizer here. Oh, no. Yes. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna call it randomized resonator scale because it's tuned to the scale. It's tuned to the scale, and I'm saving that in the good tools folder. All right, now I can do bounce track in place, and I know I can use that effect rack in the future if I want to. Yeah. It's a bit long. Yes. And now we have a beautiful audio of several different pads that we can try and hear. Yeah, let's hear it from here. Maybe the second one. Yeah. But I had the reverb inside the audio, so I'm gonna add another reverb after. The high pitch one here. But there is the minor sixth, I think. I would prefer it to be. It's here. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. I don't want. Maybe I can use the previous one and change the transposition. Yeah. But it's gonna be nice if it's just before the snare. So like maybe you cut the reverb. Yes. Cut and then it goes back, fade in maybe. Huh? No, here. No. Maybe offbeat, like. Yeah. Maybe even increase it after. Yeah. This needs stereo movement because it's very centered and a bit simple. So maybe just a simple left and right. Not too much amount. Yeah. So it makes it just travel a bit left and right, and then I'm gonna use maybe notch filter after to add even more stereo movements, but not at the same rate. And it sounds especially nice on headphones, that kind of stuff. Because you basically have a notch filter that is different at the left and right. So this creates all this like almost like auditory illusion, because that's also the way your ear knows if a sound is coming from front to left or right. It's like localizing the sound because of the different filtering of the sound from left to right. Because of course, if you have a sound coming from the left, then your right ear is gonna hear it with the filtering of your head to the right. And it's this and a different delay time for left and right that makes your ear perceive and know where the sounds are coming from. So by doing this kind of notch filtering, you are basically like you are sending erroneous information to your ears. That's why it can make the sound appear like in your head. It's a bit like what binaural recordings are doing, but in a much more simpler way. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. No, not T2, just T. Yes. And maybe we send this glitch into the reverb. And remove that hat. No. Yes, but the bass a bit quiet. Can we have it follow the glitch, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea. I'm tired at this point. But I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, it's fun. The dog sound. It's not a dog, but what was it again? Yeah, it's the fridge. I think it was this one. Yeah, like that. But up. Rob. And filtered and send it to a reverb. Rob. I'm gonna add another hi-hat part, maybe at 16 notes, because I feel like it could add a bit of energy. different track because it's a different sound and I like to have different tracks for different sounds. I can take the same stereo effects to start with. Let's go full trap hats. It's gonna be a break after break down. Just throw stuff I recorded earlier. Reverse. Shh. Too loud. That was the note I didn't like. Yeah, this part were better. Some high frequency here. Yeah, I don't know. Then it could be a different drop. Have zero or mid-range. The shortcut to navigate through the clip, it's you put your mouse on the waveform. It doesn't work if you put the mouse on the title of the clip. You need to be out of automation mode. So make sure this is disabled. Then you put the mouse over the clip and it's Alt or Option and Shift at the same time. Then it turns into a hand and then you can click and drag left and right. But this depends on the grid size that you are on. So for example, I'm on 8-bar grid size, so it's best to disable the grid temporarily when you do that by clicking on left click and click the current grid. No. Oh yeah, it's it's a snap to grid. You disable snap to grid and then you can do that. But if the grid is enabled, then it will take whatever time division of the grid is currently selected, which can be useful sometimes because if you are using drum sounds that are perfectly warped, But here for like bad sounds and glitches, I prefer to disable the grid. So Command 4 or just right click and disable snap to grid. It would be nice if the last glitch was had a different sound. Maybe a convolution. No, something smaller. Yes. Maybe I can put the hat into that. Yeah, actually I like that. I would be curious to check how it would sound with the percussion. It's not bad. Delay automation. Yeah, that could be used as a build-up. So I'm gonna finish soon with that. I saw there was another train sound. Yeah, just use the same train sound, but use it as a riser this time. So I'm gonna consolidate that and stretch it all the way so that it lasts for longer. Ah no, it's not that one. Yeah, this one. But I'm gonna use it as a layer. Oh, Jean-Loup, coucou. You arrive a bit late. I was going to stop soon, but I'm gonna go at least until the end of that riser design. Ah ouais. Yeah, I get it. But I'm gonna try to do maybe not every Monday, but maybe one Monday, one every 2 Mondays at always that time, like 9 p.m. European time. I'm gonna try to be consistent with the hours at least. So we have this, which is not pretty by itself. But let's see with the stereo stuff we had earlier. No, it's not that one. It's ugly, but I think when I mix it with the other, it's gonna be nice. Yeah. It's really nice actually. I think this one is from a friend called Justine. And it's a stretch as well. Yeah. So by itself, it sounds like this. I think it's when you're at like a high-speed train station, and there is one train that passes without stopping, and it always makes those crazy sound, which is basically by itself, it's almost like a crazy spaceship if you just isolate a short bit. Like the end is crazy, like. Yeah, very beautiful sound. Could also be a snare. Let's make it into a snare. Transient shaper. Like the tail is crazy as well, but maybe it's long, but we can trim the sample after. Yeah, resample. No. Up. It's gonna be a second snare. So we hear. And here we would drop again. Am I lazy? Yes. I'm gonna take the already existing drop we have, and then add the new snare. And maybe a little riser. There was one I liked here. Where is it? That's, I think, this one. No. The snare. I don't want the percussion loop to drop as soon as the drop drops again. No hat either. Okay. Yes. Yeah, it's a cooler snare now. I'm gonna resample that as yeah, gonna export that snare smash train. And also export the version with the other layer. Smash train layered. And the short version. Short. Yeah, so that I have some variations. If I want to have the snare different, I mean, in another track, I can always use those 3 variations. Let's use this drop without the pads, because it adds too much variation. Le glitch de fou. There are all those little stuff. This I was making those earlier, so I had like all this audio. Hello, Frozen Banana 14. I'm from France, which I believe the accent makes it obvious in a way. And we are doing like I don't know, sound design on a dubstep-ish track I put together. And yeah, like we were like, yeah, I was doing those like very random sounds from a crazy effect track I was doing. So I had all these little parts. And I was listening through all of it, and I was like isolating little parts that I thought were better than others. I don't remember. So yeah, like just like taking a random part, I mean stuff that I liked, so I isolated them, like this one, this, and then I would just just put them on the track a bit random, in a random way. So for example, just put it that way and then listen to what it does. Yeah, like the part just before the snare I like. So it's just like creating happy accidents, because everything is not on the grid, but it's also what makes it nice. And it's just about throwing things and like moving them left and right until it sounds right. It makes like it could make a nice response to the first glitch actually. Yeah. Yeah, I was like basically just creating them that way. But I saved the audio effect rack. Maybe we can use it on a different sound. On this. I would say it's either a fridge or some kind of coffee machine. And I saved the rack I did earlier, ASMR or ASMR stream randomizer. So it's doing all those crazy filter movements and phaser, and if you so like this is without the processing, and if I enable the rack, and I was moving stuff as well by hand. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, with the new auto filter, it's actually really nice. I'm learning how to use it. Like you have, like if we filter it after, yeah, just like, but I can send you the effect rack if you want later. There is the new DJ filter, so at the left it's a low pass, at the right it's a high pass. Then is the comb filter. Yeah. Ableton 11 is nice too, but yeah, Ableton 12.2 12.2 is really nice. Like it's for me, it's worth saving a bit of money and getting it, especially if you can get artist discounts. So I think if you ask for it, you can get some discount from Ableton. I think it's maybe around 360 euros. Yeah, I don't know if they still do that, but they used to do that. Super fast LFO. Yeah, and I think they also like they increased the rates that the LFO can go. So it used to be not so fast. Right now it can go up to 60 hertz. So you can see like it can go really, really fast. And maybe with that. It's not so pretty, but with sine wave it's nice. And they also have this, they changed the envelope follower also, which is, I think, if we put it on the master, I'm gonna save the session because I like what I did tonight. So the envelope follower, the idea is that if it's the volume of the sound of the incoming sound that is controls the cutoff of the filter, and if you increase it, oh no, I'm gonna put the track back. It makes basically like the envelope of the sound control the cutoff. So when the sound is loud, it's gonna open the cutoff. But I think they improved the way it behaved because you used to be able to do that in the previous auto filter, but I think they really improved the algorithm and they added this hold button, which I'm not completely sure what it does, but it makes the envelope follower response much better. And I was noticing that if I put the release to the minimum, like it does like this kind of distortion, and maybe if we increase the attack, yeah, like it does all this aquatic liquid stuff. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Which I think if you add like a ping pong delay or stuff like that. It makes the track so much better. Nice. Maybe we can add another envelope follower to control the dry rate of the filter. Yeah, really, I really need to experiment with that because I feel like it's probably interesting with a lot of different filter types. And you can also have it synchronized to the tempo. If you press that, then the cutoff is not going to be continuously updated, but it's going to be like synced to the tempo. Yeah, it's not the best filter type. Yeah. But this it already existed in the former auto filter, but it was less obvious to use. It's nice. I can resample that maybe. Oui. I mean, yeah, so now the cutoff, it reacts to the volume to the signal I'm sending, and it also synchronizes everything to the tempo after. Kind of like a quantization, but I mean, it's quantizing the modulation. So I think it's really cool because it follows the music or the sound that you send into, but at the same time it's still like sequenced. Yeah, that stuff I'm gonna. This is super usable stuff. Yeah, let's wait until the drop and see what happens. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. No! I pressed stop. And I'm definitely saving that as a rack as well. Let's call it liquid filter movement in Good Tools. And now we can disable that because I've resampled. Right. Yeah, it feels like a different track now. The percussion loop. Right. I'm gonna go to bed very soon. I'm just gonna play the whole thing from start to finish. But I think I may actually continue to work on this and make it into a full track. I like some of the elements. So we had the kick that I did by tweaking this sample. And we made it into that. And then after some processing, the snare, it was the same thing. Like, I think I was taking that. And then after some long processing, we ended up this sub is the fridge. It's the same fridge sample. EQ, filter, compression, tremolo, and yeah. Let's listen to the whole track, should we say? No intro, I don't know. Yes. I'm just writing an intro as I play. Fake drop. Too much glitches. Yes. What an outro. All right. I'm gonna go to bed now. Thank you for everyone that attended this session. It's gonna be on a replay on Twitch as well as YouTube. So if you want to check it out after, you can. And of course, you can get back to me if you want more info or discuss anything. Yeah, it's quite some material. I'm gonna finish that at some point, I think. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good week. It's not an easy time, but I hope you can find the peace in anything you do. Don't forget to drink water and to be yourself. Bye. Bye bye. Thanks.